tell us 3 to 4 stocks that you think could be the next Titan over the next 5 to 10 years. In terms of ideas, while I get the sectors, 5 stocks that are in your model portfolio that you highly optimistic and bullish on.
I don't want to mention specific stock names, but because of the regulatory requirement. But what I would say is, I think if you're trying to play EV battery, there are 2 companies, right, which are mostly in lead acid battery, who have now transitioned very nicely and investing into the EV battery capacity. So you have to take a little long-term view on this. And I think we are talking about numbers like each of them adding some 6 gigawatt in the next 3 years. But if you look at what is happening in China, there are companies which are operating at 300 gigawatt each of them. And China's total capacity on EV battery could reach 3,000 gigawatt. And EV penetration in China is almost 50% at this point of time. So there needs to be a leap of faith. And if you look at it, this 6 gigawatt can turn out to be easily 20-25 gigawatt in 5 to 6 years time period. That is the kind of scalability potential that these stocks offer. Same as with some of the solar cell manufacturing companies. Today, we have solar modules which are being made in India. We are self-sufficient. But if we look at the solar cell manufacturing, there are hardly any capacity. We can count it could be closer to 3 gigawatt. And the demand for solar modules in India can touch even up to 25 gigawatt. And right now we are importing a lot of these cells. I think a transition to India at a reasonable price, we can domestically source these in India as well. So over the next 4 or 5 years, we will see a lot of this solar module manufacturers trying to become solar cell as well. And there is a good opportunity coming there in the IPO market, which are interesting there. Broadly, these are areas where the companies which are operating in these areas looks interesting to us. On the financial side, we feel that there is a south-based small ticket lab lender. This guy has grown from 2,000 crore book to 8,000 crore in a very short period before COVID and after COVID. He can grow almost like 30-40% in the next 5-year time period and take his book from 8,000 crore to almost like 35,000 crore. It's a company which does almost 8% ROA, and you can look at it easily closing at around 7% ROA in 5-year time period. So if you put these numbers and look at the current valuation, these are companies which can easily double in the next 3-year time period. So I can mention about similar company in affordable housing space, which is also growing at that kind of level. So broadly, we feel that within retail credit, if you focus on this in the small ticket areas, which is more on the used vehicle, affordable housing, and lab, pretty interesting companies are coming through. But obviously, we need to be very careful of how is the underwriting process. So we have been very selective on which stocks to look at, and that is what we have learned from our parent also. Being an NBFC, if you are in the right profitable segment which is growing, you make a really good return out of it over the long term, which is what Bajaj Finance did for a long period of time. So we're looking for next Bajaj Finance out of these companies. On the consumer side, I think the sector itself is not doing well at this point of time. But we have been lucky in calculating some of the stocks right there, like Zomato, Trent, and Titan. We still feel some of these ideas have potential to outgrow FMCG space,
right,
and are available at a reasonable valuation, we feel.